Dude, I'm so hyped. You do not understand this. As someone who essentially like played Klee the entire time that he's played Genshin basically. And you know, to see her kind of like go from like trying to melt to then trying to play Monopyro to then like having Furina, which really helped her get back into the meta and doing all of that, right? This is what Klee would have meant to do. Guys, the time has come. I just finished getting the new talents, the new Hexray buff on Klee and Fischl. We have the full Hexray resonance. It is active. And this is so first of all, okay, these attacks are not, I guess they maybe feel faster, but I don't know. Whenever I use Klee's normals, you just always kind of spam them, so you just kind of get confused in the moment of what you're doing. You don't really pay too much attention to that. But this should be a very fun clear. So let's see what we can do. So we want to do 1, want to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 summon Fischl, Klee, go. And now we should be doing ridiculous damage. Oh wait, I actually, so from what I understood, you just kind of want to spam your normals. And yeah, I think it died. I think it died very fast. Oh, I need some other places to test it. I was kind of a dumb. I was a bit too eager. I was kind of dumb and I didn't actually do any damage comparison or anything like that. I was just like, oh my god, Klee is active. we have the ability to unlock big Klee damage. So I may or may not just have been too excited and immediately grabbed it. The X-ray quest, very short, very nice actually. The thing is, if I had Durin, then I would have probably used the Eye, because I think the Eye is a bit more convenient in terms of like, you know, making sure that she gets all of her buffs, right? It's a lot easier than making sure that you snapshot Fischl. But since I don't have him at the moment, okay, we have to use her on second, unfortunately.
Our bond is strong.
Now let's see. So before, if you were to use Klee here, generally it probably was possible, but you kind of would struggle a lot, probably. Now though,
Let's light it up.
this should be rather easy. So we immediately go for that, and so what we want to do, yeah, so we want to use our, ooh, yeah, you can immediately see when she goes for her normal, like the third normal, she basically immediately launches a,
Teamwork is dreamwork. Hands where I can see 'em. Odds revealed.
a coordinated attack. So I think what we want actually, because I have all of my stacks now, if I can get my normal attack. So yeah, this 1, 2, 3, 4 Fischl. If I can switch, thank you. Yeah, and I have so many stacks of her passive as well. I needed to look at the time. I'm not looking at things. I'm too excited about Klee just being so ridiculously viable. 1, 2, 3, 4, resummon, ult, heal. So what I think you mainly want to do is just like to essentially use like 2 normals and then use a charge attack.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Hands where I can see 'em. Final one. By royalty. Fine, boom.
No,
Oh wait, no.
bro, what is this BS? Okay, come on, we can do it, we can do it, we can do it. We can't just
Odds revealed.
not die.
For it. I'm going in. Let's light it up.
That should be simple enough, right? So I think you want 1, 2, and then 1, 2, burst. 1, 2, burst. 1, 2, charge, 1, 2, charge. Heal.
Everybody stand back.
Heal, heal.
Justice will
Boop,
prevail.
boop,
As you
boop,
wish me.
boop. Boop, boop, boop. We have so many charge attacks. Come on, Klee. Damn it. 7 Oz. This.
Final warning.
This. Yeah, my Fishel's not doing any damage, but my Klee is doing so much damage. Whoa, my Klee is doing... Okay. C2 Klee caught, but you know... She's doing so much damage. This.
Everybody stand back.
This. Resummon the boy. This. And then do that. And now we can just... Fischl once again is gone. Ah.
Midnight fantastic. Let's look.
Bruh.
Justice will prevail. Drop your weapon. Teamwork is dreamwork. Huh? I
There's
summon.
some Fischl.
Dumpty dumpty go. You asked for it. Everybody stand. Boing, boing, boom. Blazing to light. Justice will prevail. Stop. Teamwork is dream.
Midnight fantastic.
Dumpty dumpty go.
Dumpty Dumpty go. Oh my. What's that 100 and... Please tell me that was 120k for some weird reason and it wasn't just 12k. Dude. Oh, we're doing so much damage. Oh, this is great. I will need to do a bit more testing, but ooh, does that... Like, this team looks really nice right now. Granted, again, I may or may not already be a C2 Klee Haber. Now, if C3 was burst levels, I would have gotten C3 from, like, the selector, but it's just like this. And C4 is kind of mid as well. Even though it was improved, it's kind of mid. So, it's not worth the investment to go up to C5 or C6. But yeah, I kind of... Okay, so there's one last thing, because we're getting 40 attack from here. Okay, not 30. You know, oh, we do get 40. 40 attack from here. 45 attack from here. We're getting like more than 1,000 attack here. I kind of wonder how we look like in terms of just the number on her. Like, how much attack is that? Because I feel like that's gonna be a lot. So we're already on 2,200. Which is a lot, right? But yeah, she didn't have... I think one of like the biggest thing about this is that she doesn't really have as much stamina issues. Like if you saw, there was like one time where I had stamina issue, but that was kind of it. Like majority of the time I didn't run into stamina issue, and that was kind of like the main thing about her.
Everybody stand back.
That was a problem. Alright, let me see. 4,700. It's the normal numbers, guys. Okay, let's see numbers. That's 114k. Holy 17. That's so much damage. That's so much damage.
As you wish me.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
That's so much damage. Holy fuck. Dude. From Klee? Oh my god. This is, again, this is... C1 Klee is, in this specific team, is actually supposed to be somewhat competitive with Arlecchino. And, you know, in a sense, they kind of, like, didn't believe it, or I just kind of, like, thought that the team would kind of carry, like, maybe, like, the facial buffs would be so, you know, busted and stuff like that, that it will do so much. I, like, seen, like, 100k, like, over 100k, from Klee just doing her, like, her charged attack You know, like there's like a video, you can go back like multiple years on my channel. There's like a video of me being super hyped about Klee doing like 200k on a melt. Yo! That we did like a couple years ago, back when like, I think it was like with C6, Diano, Bennett and Kazuha, back when like those were like top meta units. And we were like, oh my god, that's so much damage, right? But now it's like doing 100k on every other, on like every normal, every charge attack basically on Klee, just like that. That's kind of insane. Yeah, I think here he has a resistance first phase, but yeah, and now I'm losing the buff because they don't have. Look at that! That was such an easy one rotation. Oh my god, I am. Dude, I'm so hyped. You do not understand this. Like, as someone who essentially like played Klee the entire time that he's played Genshin basically. And, you know, to see her kind of like go from like trying to melt to then trying to play monopyro to then like having Furina, which really helped her get back into the meta in a way, like just kind of like wheelchair as Furina vapes her hits and doing all of that, right? So many of the times, no matter how much investment you put into Klee, which again you could put a lot, right? It always feels like there's a limit to what you can do and like the numbers that you can reach, and obviously there's like a new limit now. But now this limit is not like, oh, well, it's an old unit and they didn't really know what to do, so they put a bunch of limitations there. It feels like this is what Klee would have meant to do, or like it feels a lot more complete. Like to just see so many pyro numbers and like big pyro numbers at once feels like what Klee was always kind of meant to do in a way. And before that, she couldn't really do that, right? It's like you'll see a bunch of pyro numbers and they were decent, but they weren't ridiculous. And now they are ridiculous. Not only that, but you can spam her charged attacks and those do a lot of damage and you don't lose as much stamina. One of the biggest problems with playing Klee is that she has the main thing that you want to do is to use your charge attacks, but it has like fucking 50 stamina cost and she's a small character, so she doesn't move, like she's very slow, so you want to sprint a lot and you want to move a lot. You would run out of stamina really fast and then you won't really be able to use your charged attacks. And with this one, it's like not only are the charge attack really good, but you also don't really have as much of like big stamina issue as you were before. I may or may not have got really decent pieces on her, but yeah, I'm so excited. Like, it's not even really just about the big numbers necessarily, but it's the fact that she's not really going to be like just a niche pick for endgame where I'm like, well, there's like this one mechanics that I can kind of abuse and that's it. And then like, again, with like Furina vaping her hits on Klee or stuff like that, right? It's not about you abusing other mechanics or other buffs. It's like Klee's doing the main part. And I think another thing as well, because I think one of the funnest things about what these buffs open up for Klee is just seeing all of the pyro numbers, because I think one of the biggest problems with her prior to that was the fact that unless you had her burst, it felt like you were liking in pyro numbers, and now it's like, look at all these numbers. And I died. Hey, skills were never what I was known for. I am looking forward to using her in a bunch of endgame now. I think this will be a lot of fun. With that though, this is kind of my end of the very early first impressions. Once I get more used to it, once I figure out, you know, proper rotations or stuff like that, or, you know, actually having skills, I think that will be a lot of fun. With that though, I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Until then, bye!